Hey everybody, welcome back to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Beth.
And this is Jayme.
And we're just two oldish, youngish ladies talking about all of the hobbies we've abandoned.
Over the years.
Like, I didn't realize this was a thing until you said, hey, we should talk about abandoned hobbies. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't abandon my hobbies. No. It's like a graveyard of hobbies in my closet. Like there's so many. It's ridiculous. And
really?
Yes, so many.
I want to know what they are.
Yeah. Like some of them too, I'm just like, actually one of them, I think there's going to be a resurgence, which I'll go into. So I used to crochet a lot.
Yeah.
And I've ebbed and flow in it for a while. And, after, 2021-ish, I just was like kind of over it. And I had started some pieces. And if you saw my stash, you would be like, Beth. I mean, it's half a closet full of yarn. It's hundreds of dollars in yarn. And one day I just stopped. Like I was like a quarter of a way through a blanket, just stopped.
And you haven't picked it up since?
Have not picked it back up. Like one day I just put it down and I don't know. I just abandoned it.
You were done?
I was just kind of done.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know if I burnt out on it or if I was just like, sometimes you just.
Was it a conscious decision? You were like, I am done with this. I'm putting it down. I'm not picking it up again.
No. And I actually have a cart of all of my current crochet projects. And it sat out in my living room for 2 years just because I used to always have it right by the couch. So when I was watching TV, I would just pick up a project and work on it every night. And then all of a sudden it was just like, I'm done. And I just put it down.
Did you do something in its place?
No, nothing. Well, I did like TikTok and like gaming on my phone and stuff. I just replaced it with just like convenient stuff that wasn't so whatever. Anyway, but it's like I used to love it. And thankfully I was talking to a friend at work just today actually about like, because I've just been trying to like limit my screen time and blah, blah, blah. And it's challenging to do that, especially when it's like, I mean, this is embarrassing. This is humiliating, but I TikTok myself to sleep usually because it's just like, my brain is always going. And sometimes if I just do the TikTok, then I'm not thinking about real stuff. Yeah. And literally I was like, like when you're kind of nodding off, I was kind of nodding off and I could just feel my thumb swiping up and not touching the screen, just swiping up. And I was just like, oh my gosh, my muscle memory is like real bad for the TikTok. So I was talking to this friend at work and she crocheted too. And she brought up, maybe I'm going to bring it back and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have so many great projects. I have so many things that I can make for people that I love or things that I've seen that I want. Yeah. I'm like, I should just start doing that because I just need something then like that I can do while I'm watching TV, like quote unquote watching TV, but just like have something on, unwinding at the end of the night. Yeah. I don't want to work. I don't want to work on anything. Right. I just want to like sit and chill, but I also don't want to just like stare at a TV screen. So,
right. Anyway. You know what? That is one of the hobbies that I have on my wish list that I wish I knew how to do. Like I wish I already knew how. I don't want to learn it.
Yeah.
Which is like so many things in life, right? Like, don't we all just like wish that it would just instantly be there, these skills of whatever. But that is one of the things because there are so many things that are cute.
Yeah. You send me stuff
that I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I knew how to crochet, I could make that, My daughter, for example, we were shopping and there was this pair of shorts and it had the cutest little squares of crocheted stuff that was attached to the shorts and she loved them. But the shorts were like $60 or something.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to buy those for her. But I was like, oh my gosh, like this is just a regular pair of jean like cut off shorts with this embellishment that is so cute. And I was like, I wonder if Beth could make those squares because I know I can't. But I thought, gosh, like because they were small. Just stuff like that I come across and I'm like, oh, that is so cute. Like I wish I knew how to do that. Am I going to take the time to learn and sit and do it? Probably not. I don't know.
I get it.
Because I have a whole list next to my abandoned hobbies.
Are things you want to do?
Things that I want. Oh, okay. that I wish that I did.
Okay, love that for you.
Yeah. So one of the abandoned hobbies, the first one that came to my mind for me was making earrings.
What? You used to make earrings?
For a short period of time, I did, and I had these little tools, and I would go buy beads. And I made jewelry and I gave it to people and I wore them and whatever. Very simple, not complicated, not, I mean, really did not require any sort of skill. Because I know some people can make some really cool stuff with beads and earrings and stuff. No. Mine was like bead on top of bead on top of bead. And then like, make a little circle and attach it to an earring thing. Like that was it. But I did that for a while, and that was it. I did it for a while, and then I stopped. I have no idea.
Did you have like a surplus? Did you just have to like give it away eventually?
I didn't have a ton of stuff.
Okay.
No. I mean, it wasn't like a ton.
Okay.
So.
But still,
I did that for a minute.
Okay. This one is so lame with scrapbooking. Like the year was like 1998, and I had all this. I've always been like a hoarder of my own memorabilia. Call me a narcissist if you want. I just like to see things because it triggers memories, and like a lot of stuff I forget. But then I see my report card from 9th grade with somebody's name, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then it opens up a floodgates of like being able to remember things. Anyway, so I decided I was going to make all these like scrapbooks from my like high school and then like senior year. And I think I did college too. Like they're so dorky now because they're like the old school like scrapbooks from that time.
Yeah,
where it was like,
that was
it was
huge.
like, yeah, like it was like, look at this like themed paper and stickers and like cut out. And I didn't have a Cricut or anything. So I'm like getting like the, like the letter stickers and putting it. So, I mean, I still have a bag, like huge bag of just like half used letter stickers because you only need so many letters, right?
Right.
And anyway, and now these scrapbooks just sit in a closet, and part of me wants to like bring them out and show them to people like, this is my life.
Right.
But then I'm also like, nobody wants to see your scrapbook from 20 years ago.
Right.
And it's just like,
I mean, I kind of do, but
well, I'm kind of want to do like the blurb books, which are like the books you can like add pictures and text and stuff, and they like print out a book for you.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of fun. That's kind of maybe my next adventure of like my, documentation of my own life is just to like create a bunch of blurb books on like the different eras.
Well, I did that once. I made one book, loved it. My kids love it. Still love it. We have pictures of us, when they're little. And that's the only one I ever did. And I'm like, why didn't I do more? That's what I really need to do.
Yeah.
I had this grand idea that I was going to do that for each of my kids for Christmas. Hasn't happened yet.
It's okay. You got time.
Of like their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
My grandpa's wife did a lot of those books for him, like about his life, which it's nice to have because like we have his like whole military career and his whole, just his whole life, and there's pictures and stories and letters and all kinds of stuff. So it's really great to have as like a piece of history, and it's so much nicer than like having big old boxes of pictures.
Yes.
Like I just realized like my mom has a bunch of boxes of pictures that I want to scan because I want to see them and like have a copy of them, but I don't want to have like
it's
physical.
Well, it's a daunting task though to take that on.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's like you have to dedicate like a week of your life or something.
Yeah, and there's a lot of organizing that's involved, and I'm the family historian, so I really do need to like step up my game, but I'm just like, where do I even put this information? So anyway, I'm not going to be putting them into scrapbooks, but I do still have like my scissors that would cut in like wonky like shapes and like punches and things. And I'm like, Beth, you're never going to need these scissors that cut a wavy line. And I'm like, I can't let them go. They're fiskars. No.
Oh, that is so funny. Okay. Another one that I have is quilting, and it's not that I actually ever really knew how to quilt, but I did make some quilts.
Oh,
when I lived in Belize, when my kids were really little, because I had friends that knew how to do it. And so they helped me and we did it together, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I came back and then I showed my quilts to this lady who's like a professional quilter. And then I was like kind of embarrassed because I was just like, this isn't anything, compared to like the kind of art that she can do. Because I don't know how to do it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. But I really liked it, and I'd like to do it again, maybe one day. It's hand quilting.
Oh, okay.
It's like hand stitching the stuff, but you have to have like this big quilt board thing, and who's got space for that? Like,
I know. It's like and that's a labor of love too.
But it was actually really fun because like people came over, we did it together.
Oh, that's really cool.
And yes,
that's really cool.
I liked it.
I dipped my toe in the quilting pond. When I was in college, I asked for a sewing machine one year because I was going to start learning how to sew. I was going to use my Campfire Girls, which is kind of like Girl Scouts, the skills I gained when I was an 8-year-old or something, making a pillow to make a quilt. And I bought like the what do they call the quilt fat stacks. I don't know what they're called, the little fabric things. And I remember cutting it out and I was like sewing them together. The wonkiest, craziest, nothing lined up. I think I almost punctured my finger trying to like use the actual sewing machine, and then I got scared of it. And I kept this little, it was probably like, I don't know, 1 foot by 1 foot panel of a quilt for years. And it was just the front, no backing. It wasn't finished at all. And it's all wiggly. And this isn't even the top where you're actually quilting. It's just to sew the pieces together. And I was like, I don't think I was made for this life. And it's sad thing is like, I still have a sewing machine. Have I used it? No.
Yeah, I do too. And I actually, that's on my list as well, because I actually love sewing. Do I really know how to do it? No. I forget how to use my sewing machine. And then I have to like look up YouTube videos to remind myself. What I really want to do it though is do it with somebody.
Yes.
That actually knows and that can show me stuff, or is, just having fun with me. But I love the satisfaction of sewing something and then having it be useful or done or complete.
Yes.
Like it's so satisfying. Yes. I sewed curtains and it was just the most satisfying thing to then like hang them up and have them be like what I needed and what I wanted. And like,
absolutely.
It's a complete project. Like, and you can see the progress.
Yep.
You sew that line and it's like done.
Yeah.
Like,
so good.
I actually really, really like it. I want to get back to that.
Okay.
Even though I never really got into it, I really like sewing.
Okay. Something I wanted to get back to was puzzling. Again, I think I bought a puzzle. This was pre-COVID. I think it was like 2017. And I'm living in this tiny, tiny apartment. And I'm like, I need something to fill my nights because I'm working all the time. I'm tired, but I don't want to come home and just do like nothing.
Right.
And instead of just, and I don't even think, I didn't have like a Switch. I didn't have any gaming stuff really that I could play easily. And so I was just like, I'm going to get a puzzle. Do I have a table even? No, nothing. Okay.
Well,
I bought 1,000-piece Star Wars puzzle that was 95% black. It's just space. It's a huge puzzle for like the space I'm in. So I'm trying to do it on the floor.
1,000 pieces is so big.
It was so ambitious for not doing a puzzle ever as an adult. And I got one of those puzzle like roll up things. So I'm like, I can keep it there and roll it up. That didn't work very well. I had it on the floor. I'm trying to like sort stuff. I don't have enough space. My back is aching.
Was it black? Was the puzzle thing black too?
It was blue. So at least I had a little bit of like variance, but I didn't have enough room to lay it flat. So it's a little wonky, and you can't have a wonky like.
That doesn't work, Beth.
It was awful.
I think you need to get a different puzzle to start.
I think so too, but I was embarrassed to like have to go to the Target and get one that was like 100 pieces.
No, you know what? I think that 300 to 500, 550.
Yeah.
Even just the 5, because speaking of puzzles, brought one out just this summer for my daughter because it's summertime and she's just there, and I'm like, do a puzzle. It's 500 or 550 pieces. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get one for this fall. Well, the other thing now I'm worried about is the cats, because it's like, I'm going to put it out and then they're going to get into it. But
what do you think they're going to do?
They're going to knock the pieces off the table. They're going to hit them underneath the refrigerator or the laundry, because I know them. And then I'm going to be missing puzzle pieces. So I have to figure out a solution to just have it out all the time, but not.
Yeah.
But I've actually been at people's houses where they have puzzles going. I've been to your house before where you just have a puzzle on the table and people just sit around, talk, putting a piece or two in here or there. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
But so I need more of that in my life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think you do. Okay. This is funny to me. Watching TV and movies and shows.
I agree.
Well, I used to, but I don't.
You have no time.
I don't ever watch anything. Ever.
I know. I've been trying for years to get you to buy a new iPad or get a refurbished one so you can be an iPad kid. And like when you're in the kitchen, you just have the iPad by you, washing dishes and seeing the movie.
You know what though? You know what I do have is I have audiobooks. And so that's what I do.
I know.
I have an audiobook going when I'm washing dishes, when I'm going. And so it doesn't require my eyes to, I can do stuff that require my eyes, like drive. I can't drive and watch an iPad.
No.
I can't wash dishes. And
you can wash dish. I actively scroll TikTok while meal prepping. And while like washing dishes, because a lot of stuff you can just listen to the person talk.
Yeah.
And then it's just, I bend my little finger. So, because it's usually like in the water and wet, I use my little knuckle and I swipe up.
Yeah.
Or I watch somebody on live.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I don't hardly ever watch any shows or movies or whatever.
But like, so you could catch up on Vanderpump Rules because you don't have to watch the screen. You're just listening to the dialogue while you're just like cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
I do love audiobooks though.
I know, but you also I just feel so jealous of you because you have a whole world of TV shows you've never seen that are amazing. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I've seen all of them and I have nothing to watch. And Jayme has everything to watch.
And I still feel like I don't even know what to watch.
Yeah. But as soon as you get set up to actually watch TV, I have so many lists for you.
I know you do. And I need to actually get those lists, and write them down. So when the day comes.
Okay.
But well, here's the thing. I started watching while I was working out on my rower.
Oh, yeah.
But my rule is that I've got to watch it in Spanish.
Of course.
So I'm trying to yourself. I'm trying to, but I don't get a very good workout in though because I don't have somebody telling me what to do. So I get real lazy. I'm like, just like going along. And I'm like, that's not really the kind of workout. So I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Okay.
Because I can watch, even on my Peloton, I can watch Netflix.
Yeah. But you like to have the
I need somebody saying like, okay, now we're going to go do this interval. Like turn up your,
Don't they have a version of that that's not to music?
I don't know that there's like a programmed one.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't really know either.
Okay. Well, my brain is like, well, I would just watch the Peloton person and have the TV on too because that's how I roll. Okay. This is another weird one, but I really liked Legoing.
Oh.
Somebody at work gave me like a gift for Chinese New Year and they had this they make like a Lego character for every year, and this is Year of the Dragon, and it was so cute. And I've never gotten a Lego set ever before. First of all, it was so kind that someone just left it on my desk. I love that. And then I saved it and I did it the day of the Super Bowl because I remember watching the Super Bowl because I wanted to see Usher perform because that's where my priorities are.
Yeah.
And it took me almost like over half the Super Bowl to put it together. It was a lot of little pieces and it was just like very like calming. And I just had the Super Bowl on. Did I know it was happening? No. I watched a few commercials. I watched my Usher and I just put this thing together and it was very rewarding. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get another Lego set because this was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm like a better person for it.
Maybe that's your version of puzzle.
No, because when I went to get another Lego set, I didn't realize they were $8 million.
They are.
And they're huge. Everything I liked, I'm like, oh, the Hocus Pocus, like, so they have one that's like the Hocus Pocus, like house. It's like $250.
Yeah.
It's gigantic. I'm like, where are you putting this thing when it's done?
Right.
You have no space for this. And then I've seen people with Lego rooms on like social media. And I was like, you don't have that. Like you can do a small thing. And it's like, maybe I'll do the flowers, but I don't like that.
I have a friend who collects Legos, but she doesn't put them together. She just collects
the boxes.
Box.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
That's not my vibe.
No.
Yeah.
Have you seen the flower vase ones?
Yeah.
That's kind of popular right now.
Yeah, but I was like, I want to do things. I don't want to do those ones.
Yeah.
I've seen some cool space ones. I'm like, maybe I wake up and put them at work. I'm like, but then I'm going to be the Lego lady at work. And then it's just
then
like.
You're going to get more Lego gifts.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard.
Okay. Another one that I have kind of abandoned is walking, which isn't necessarily like a hobby, but it is something I enjoy. It's something I had really incorporated into my life a lot more last year. And then this year, for whatever reason, I haven't been going hardly at all. And I want to get back to it. So I feel like I want to do that again.
Okay.
But I've abandoned it.
All right. I abandoned walking too for other reasons, mainly not wanting to go outside. I also abandoned, I used to be a collector. So I still struggle with this a little bit. Like we've talked before, like I like collecting books and things like that, but I've been reading through them. But I was a collector when I was younger, and like most of my mom's side of the family have been collectors. And I saw Toy Story when I was 16 years old or 15, around that time frame. And I thought it was so cute. And I bought the character Ham. There was a little bank. And so I bought a ham bank. And then I don't know what happened, but I bought one more thing that I thought was cute. And then all of a sudden, everything I got was Toy Story for birthdays. I was collecting all of it. Like half of my bedroom was Toy Stories. Like I had all them. And I had like a lot of the original, like not 100% first edition, but a lot of things that were very like nice.
Yeah.
So many things. My collection was huge.
Really?
I had bed sheets. I had stickers. I had and everything was in its packaging still. And so
not on your bed?
No, it was a collection of just all brand new Toy Story stuff, like from keychains and pins all the way up to like Buzz Lightyear figures, Christmas Buzz Lightyear, Woody, Bo Peep. Like I had like all the Toy Story first edition stuff, and then I had all of the like.
What did you do with all this?
I had it for probably like 2 years. And I was like, I fell into it. I didn't really want that to happen, but I fell into it. And then I was like, I got to start getting rid of this. And so I started selling it off like a couple years later. And I sold a bunch of it on eBay and whatever. And then I was moving and I sold a ton of it. I probably made a couple $1,000s on eBay selling stuff. I mean, I spent way more than that. It was an obsession.
Wow.
And anyway, and
I did not know this.
I think I have pictures of it. I will see if I can get it up on our social media so people can like really get the full effect of what this was.
Yeah.
Because it was very intense. And it was kind of nerdy looking back at it. Like, I'm like, why did I do this? I don't understand it. But again, I very much so now resist the urge to collect stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be a lot of something. So
yeah. Okay. Well, the last one that I have on my list was an abandoned hobby that I abandoned for a long time, and that was dancing.
Oh, look at you!
But I have picked it back up, and I feel so happy about this.
Yeah.
But because I was trying to remember, like whatever happened, like because I knew that I used to dance and I used to love to do it, and I'm like, what happened? Well, I know what happened. I had children, and that changed my life and my world so much to the point of like, it wasn't a part of my life for a long time. And which was okay, but I'm really happy that it is. And I'm still a mom. I still have kids and had this opportunity during the years when they were younger, I think I would have made a way to be able to do it. I just didn't know of the opportunity, like I just didn't know it was, I don't know.
Doable.
I didn't know it was doable, or maybe it wasn't doable at that time, but it is now. And I'm really happy about that. So yeah, it was abandoned, but now
it's been reclaimed.
Yes.
Yay for that.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.